G'day guys, welcome back to U-BOAT. This is episode number 2 of U-606, patrolling out of Bergen, Norway, and today our orders are to patrol sector AB6 to AC7, 2,000 kilometers in the patrol zone and sink 4,000 tons worth of enemy shipping. Just as we make our way out of the port here, I'd like to thank everyone again who's been watching the series and for any feedback and comments that you guys have been leaving. Do like to see that support, so make sure you like and subscribe the videos as we go through. So I'll just show you on the map here where our patrol sector is. It's right up in the, pretty much in the Arctic here above Norway and Sweden. And that's where we're going to head to. As you can see on the left there, there's something called Arctic Convoys, and if you look up to the top right, there's a mission about setting up a radio mast, which I did, but it wasn't very entertaining, so I didn't record that to release it as an episode. I just plowed on through that mission. So we've just reached the patrol sector here, so we're going to switch the boat over to electric engines, get down to periscope depth, then send the message off to BDU just to tell them that we're in the area and that we're going to start our patrol. Also just going to mark out a patrol line for us. I quite like that one. I think if we go like this, my hydrophone pretty much picks up 50% of each way on the line there, so we'll go with something like that and hopefully we'll find something very soon. Okay, so we've pretty much done all of our kilometers inside the marked area. We haven't found a single ship yet, so we're gonna maybe have to change our plans. Maybe we'll go a little bit east over towards Russia just to see if we can pick up some shipping around there. I know there's a port in the area. Probably going to be our best bet to find a convoy or some enemy ships. So let's head over that way. It's all looking very quiet up here in the Arctic at the moment, but we're just going to keep heading around the top of Sweden and Norway here and towards Russian territory, just towards the port of Murmansk on the top of Russia here. I think if we stick at this area we'll find a convoy soon enough. Okay, it didn't take us too long and closed in towards the port there, and we got a message from the BDU, so we just get our guy here to start decoding that and we'll see what the BDU have to say for themselves. Okay, so crucial technology on an Empire ship that they want us to go and sink. So they've given us the coordinates for that, so we just take a look at the map and cool. So they must have been right behind us the whole time that we were searching for shipping, and what do you know, we got a convoy of was it 16 to 37 ships that we can now go and try and make our way towards. So we'll just mark them and see what direction they're traveling. Looks like they're traveling right towards where we're going from, which is good for us. We don't have to chase them, we can let them come towards us. Okay, we're pretty close to the enemy convoy now. Shouldn't be long. Yeah, there we go. Bit of detection here, so let's just see what we're dealing with here. So on the outside of the convoy we've got ourselves an Empire. Not exactly sure what type of Empire, but it's not really important right now. So I think we're just going to try and run alongside this convoy at the moment, just to see what it is that we're dealing with. There's quite a lot of ships in the convoy, so we've got to be a little bit careful. Plenty of destroyers, plenty of all this and that. Let's get our guy on the hydrophone to drink some coffee so that he can just be awake, because last thing we need is him getting off the hydrophone now, losing detection of all these ships. We need to know what they're up to. So we've got an enemy destroyer right here. Gotta be careful that these guys don't see us, don't hear us. Just want to run alongside the convoy just to see what we're dealing with. Okay, that guy looks like he's going to turn towards us. Okay, we've got multiple ships spotted us. Let's dive the boat down. Yep, they're definitely coming at us hard and fast here, so we want to get our engineer guy. Come and grab some of these decoys out of the storeroom for me, please. I need you to go and drop one of those off. If we can drop a convoy, if we can drop a decoy, hopefully they'll start chasing after that, which will give us a good opportunity to get to the other side of the convoy maybe, and might be able to get the sneak on something. Okay, so he's going to drop himself a decoy out of the pill thrower there, and we're going to keep heading off towards the east. They're moving in pretty fast, disappearing off our radar. I don't know why they're doing that. It's kind of going to be tricky to see what we're dealing with if we can't bloody see them. Depth charges are going off apparently around us, but hopefully they're throwing the depth charges at our decoy. Can't see it lighting up the water, so we must be doing quite well. Our decoy is quite far behind us now. While they're throwing their depth charges into the water, they won't hear my boat running, so that's good for me. There must be a good 7 destroyers coming our way. They're all hunting for us. Just slow the boat down a little bit. I know they're dropping depth charges and that'll block out the noise of my boat, but 7 destroyers, it's not going to take long for them to wreck us if they do find us. So let's just have a look at this and see what we're dealing with. Can't see him dropping depth charges. It's not to say they're not looking for us though, so we just got to keep our wits about us. It's a massive convoy. No way I can take down everything in this convoy anyway, so we just got to pick our targets as best we can. Okay, we've managed to outrun those destroyers and managed to give them the slip. Come round to the far side of the convoy here in the north, and found ourselves a lone ship on one side, so I think he's going to be pretty good for a torpedo attack. A couple of ships on the little bit more central of the convoy, but I think this might be playing the long game with this convoy, because if I attack one boat or multiple boats and I miss, I don't want to run out of torpedoes, but also every time I attack one ship, I think it's going to be a case of duck and cover, try and hide, and then re-stalk the convoy and try and pick off another target. But anyway, we've got a NA1 here, which is good to go. So we just get our distance here and we'll just do the usual stuff for the solution. Grab the time, front of the boat through the crosshair, and start the clock. In the back of the boat through the crosshair, stop and set that. Okay, so they're doing 7 knots. He's well within range of a torpedo. So now we just got to try and work out the angle of bow here. No, I don't want you to go to the boat. You keep heading that way. I'm trying to pull the ruler through the front and the back of the boat there. Damn it. Keep going that way, please. Grab the ruler. Just put it on pause while we deal with this. It's not really happening the way I want it to happen. I want to go straight through front and back of boat, please. That's better. That's perfect. Just look for our closest north to south line here. You can see I've been doing a little bit of map work there, but just got to double check every single boat as it is, especially as the enemy warships were chasing us down, so just got to make sure that they're not still in a high alert mode. We'll just grab our protractor here. Okay, so we've got an angle of 78 degrees, and we know that he's doing 7 knots, and we know that distance, and we've recognized it, so now we're going to send 1 torpedo. 1 torpedo is normally enough to take out an NA1. So tube 1 flooding, tube 1 away. good hit on that. That should be more than enough to take her down to the bottom of the ocean and leave her in the middle of the Arctic. So just going to hang tight and make sure that it does go down all by itself though. Yeah, she's not looking good. Yeah, there you go. She's chucked the cargo over. So she's going to go down now. So I think we're going to need to dive the boat, and we'll just try and stay quiet and get the sneak up on the convoy again once the alert levels have dropped maybe. So I've managed to give the convoy the slip, and we're locking on to another ship. Looks like an Empire Explorer maybe. That's what I'm going to go with. They're pretty much still doing exactly what they were last time we picked up the oh great, we've got cold torpedoes. Get both of our engineers just to warm up a couple of those right away while we work on the rest of the solution, but they're pretty much doing exactly what they were the last time we saw them. So they've dropped their alert, and now they're just going to keep on going at that. So we just got to make sure. Just going to double check everything about the solution though, so we just could do the speed here, start that clock, and the back of the boat through my crosshair, and we'll stop the boat again. Stop the clock I mean. Torpedoes are still warming up. Hopefully they're not going to be too much longer, because we are right in the thick of it in the middle of the convoy. There's plenty of warships around us, so just going to be another case of launching these. And there you go, tube 2 is ready, tube 1 good to go. Getting tube 1 and 2 flooded. Tube 1 and 2, fire those straight away. Now there is an enemy destroyer very close. Oh, he's right over our head. Let's dive the boat down. Go in the complete opposite direction to what he's coming from, because his turning circle's not going to be quite as good as ours. We can try and outmaneuver him. Might be a case of having to drop another decoy here just to make sure he's not coming towards us. We've got 2 torpedoes in the water, which is good. And we just got to make sure that we don't get spotted by anything, because I'm just going to... He's going that way. If I chuck my boat in reverse, and then we'll just be able to pick up the same line that we were on anyway once he gets out of the way. Okay, as you can see it's snowing out. Oh, there you go, you got a hit with a torpedo. Let's see if the second one. There you go, right in front of the ship. Perfect torpedo attack there. Yeah, as I was saying, it's snowing out. It's snowing very heavy. It's not ash falling from the explosions of the torpedo attack. It is snowing very heavily. So there's one good thing that I really like about this game is the detail of the graphics when it comes to things like the weather and the ocean, the way the ocean moves. You look at it, it's pretty much seamless. I think they've put heaps of effort into it, and I love it. Pretty cool to watch. So just watch this destroyer go down while we make our escape from that enemy destroyer that's still hunting us down. Okay, so we've successfully evaded the enemy warship that's trying to hunt us down, and we've been patient, and look at this weather. Fucking love it. So we've made it to the far side of the convoy now, so we're back on track with that, and there's a lone ship again out just in front of me here, but they've also broken up into some smaller groups, which is going to make it a little bit easier for me to try and pick some of them off. So just going to get on the outside of this ship here. I don't know what it is that we're looking at quite yet, but yeah. Just got to double check everything again when it comes to the solution, make sure they're still travelling the same angles and speed as what they were before. We just grab our protractor here as usual just to check, and hopefully we can come up with a solution quite rapidly here. Okay, so we've got eyes on a ship here. Looks like an Empire something or other. Let's get the old book out here to help me with that. So it looks like an Empire tower. So we'll recognise that. Now we know that they're still doing pretty much the same angle. It's changed by 2 degrees. And we'll just check the distance, and we're probably going to need to double check speed on this one as well, just in case they're still freaked out about what was happening earlier. I doubt it, it's been quite a while since then, but we'll just get that clock started. And when it goes through the back of the crosshair, we'll stop the clock. So stop and set, yeah, so they're still doing 7 knots. 2 torpedoes, all torpedoes warmed up, sorry. Just get one into the flooding. See how that goes. Solid hit there with the torpedo. Not sure how much, or if that's going to be enough to her to get fully damaged and sink, but we don't really have time to mess about here. We've got a lot of ships around us and we need to get on to moving. We might have to come back to the deck gun if she doesn't stay down. Okay, got another ship here on the crosshair, so just go through the motions. Looks to me like another Empire tower. So I'll recognise her up. We know that they're still doing all the same speed angle as they were on the last boat there, but we'll just get the distance, and that should be pretty quick for an easy solution. 2 torpedoes this time, just to make sure she actually goes down. Don't want to have to come back and deck gun too many ships. So tubes 1 and 2 flood and away. Okay, good. Got the first torpedo hit. She totally ripped off the front end of that ship there. Probably second torpedo hasn't hit. It's probably because there was nothing to hit, so I don't know where that's going to end up going. Okay, so we went around the outside of the convoy once more and let them all calm down, and it looks to me like we've stumbled ourselves upon something quite extraordinary here. Looks to me like it could be an aircraft carrier. Not exactly sure on my types of aircraft carrier, so I'll have to get the book out. And that's a rogue class. I'm no expert, but just could be. We're going to double check our solution here, so just the usual, get the time and make sure we got the right speed of the aircraft carrier. It could be doing a different speed to what maybe a merchant ship is doing, so we know that. Angle of bow still the same as it was, or has been pretty much throughout the whole time that we've been stalking this convoy. So we've got our distance within good range. I think two torpedoes might be enough. It's certainly going to be enough to stop her in the water. I don't actually know if it's going to be enough to sink her though. But if she needs a third torpedo, we'll just come back. We've got a couple more torpedoes available to us, so we might as well try and pick something else out. There's 4 or 5 ships available for us right now. We've got this guy's pretty close to us. Let's just see what that is on the map. Want to pick out the best targets that we can available. I think that's just another Empire or something that we're looking at there, but we want to go for the juicy stuff. So we know the speed, we know the angle. Just chuck those in. And we'll have to recognise this. This is a tanker of some sort. Not very good with my all the types of ships at the moment, but looks like a T2 according to the book. So I think we'll just grab her distance here, and I'm probably going to send a couple of torpedoes in her direction as well, just before we dive the boat. I don't think we've got many torpedoes left in holding, so 2 torpedoes away at this tanker, 2 torpedoes at an aircraft, and if we can sink both, then I'll be pretty happy with that. Okay, perfect. It's just saw her in the background there. We hit the tanker. Two good torpedoes there. Got one hit on the aircraft carrier. Hopefully we'll get a second hit. Good. And she's light. The whole deck's just lit up there. Hopefully this is going to be enough to send her down, but I mean it's such a massive boat. Probably should have sent 3 torpedoes at this just to be safe. I've never attacked an aircraft carrier on this game before, so learn it as we go. Quick look at the damage there. She's pretty damaged. Big fire on board. Hopefully it's going to be enough. Okay, I've been sat here waiting for her for quite a bit of time, just watching. She's got a heavy list on it. Does look like she's taking on heaps of water. Fire's still burning on deck, so I think we might have just about done that with the 2 torpedoes. Yep, she's going under. It's quite hard to tell with that fire. But she's gone. That tanker has also gone from the background. So with that, we're pretty much out of torpedoes. I think we're going to have to just pretty much let the rest of the convoy go on their way. And I'm going to come back this way. And that looks like there's a lone ship at the back of the convoy there. It's probably that one that I hit with a torpedo that didn't sink. So I think I might close in on that, have a quick look and see if we can take care of that using our deck gun. Okay, so here's our lone ship. It's got no damage to it, so it's probably not the one that I did attack using the torpedo earlier. It's just a lone ship at the back of the convoy. But it's an unarmed ship, and it's going to be easy pickings for me because the rest of the convoy is quite far ahead of it right now. So definitely get the boat up onto the surface and get the old deck gun running. Just close in a bit though, we're quite far away from it for a shot on the deck gun at the moment. Get old Captain Murray up there, take care of business on the deck gun for us. Now we're right up close to her, we should be plenty close enough, yep. Just got to aim at that water line and make sure we put a few holes in it. It's not been a bad haul so far. I think the aircraft carrier for me takes it. I would have been happy to come out and only sink an aircraft carrier. I really got to focus on my shots more than what I'm talking about. Aim at the water line. There we go. Put a few holes in the back of her for us. There we go. Got a fire on board now. She's taking a fair bit of heat, this girl. Doesn't help when you're missing every third or fourth shot though, does it? Makes you think that you've about 20 shots. It becomes 4 or 5 less. She's taking a bit of a hiding, this one. Aiming, trying to put her in the, get her back end to start sinking. Putting out the fires quite quickly, you see. Okay, I don't think she's going to take too much more damage. She's certainly taken heaps, and she's got a big lean on. Yeah, she's got no health life left. She just needs to take on water. So a couple more shots, and hopefully that will persuade her to go down. Okay, so we're out of torpedoes. We've sunk quite a few ships. Not the biggest haul that we've ever had, but we'll get these messages shot off to the BDU and we'll start heading off into that direction. If we pick up 1 or 2 small convoys along the way, then we can try and deck gun those guys down as well. But pretty much just going to start heading back towards port. And we'll just, hopefully we'll pick something else up. If we do, I'll let you know, but if we don't, I'll probably just see you back at the port. Yeah, so we didn't manage to pick anything else up. I was just looking around that little point on the map that's called Arctic Convoy, so it says you've got to sink about 50,000 tons worth of ships, but I didn't find anything in the area, so just going to head on back into Bergen. Okay, we've arrived back at the port here, so we just come and talk to the leading officer, see what he's got to say for us. So we've got ourselves a medal, a little bit of XP, nowhere near enough to level up. I wonder how many ships you have to sink in one single time to actually level up like that. But just a little bit of a breakdown there of all the XP. Yep, Empire Grey sunk. Empire Commerce sunk, Empire March sunk, Empire Buffalo, Empire Copperfield. I think Empire Copperfield was the one that had actually wanted us to sink, so I'm surprised we managed to sink that in the end. Well, that's good to get a mission done, I suppose. Okay, we'll just join the captain up here for a quick smoke while I say thanks for watching and hope you're enjoying it. Stay tuned because there's more U-boat coming. My schedule's a little bit different now that I'm back to work. We were having a bit of a COVID-19 lockdown before, so it was a bit easier to record and edit and upload, but for now it's just going to be once a week. So I hope you're enjoying, so like and subscribe.